This is the Aqua Orange Peel experiment. So you're going to need an orange. I will say straight away that you don't have to just use an orange. One thing you could try is using other things like satsumas, mandarins and so on. What you then need to do is peel some of the pieces off. Now you already see I've got a whole pile here straight away. The size you want will depend on the bottle you're using, because as you can see I've got a great big 2-litre bottle in front of me and I want to peel some pieces off that will fit through the hole. Obviously you can bend them a bit, but don't get them so big that they won't fit. So just small pieces is fine. You don't need this many, although you may put them all in, but you don't need to. What I then do is I pick a piece, and this one is quite large, and I push it gently into the top, just pop it in there, and then I'm going to get a few more pieces. I normally put in 6 or 7 pieces, just to show you what's going to happen, but you could change that. Put in what you want. You'll notice that as I push them in, some of the water gets pushed out because I'm taking up some of the space used by the water with the new orange peel. That's okay, but you see I've got mine on a little tray to collect it. A good place to do this is over a sink or on a draining board. Quite a few bits there, isn't it? Let's try one more for luck. Now what I actually suggest is you top the water up again. So I've got a little bottle here with a little bit of water in, just to top it up right to the lid. That's it, lovely. And as you can see, it's sticking out there because it's trying to float on the top. I'm going to get the lid, let's put a blue one on, and screw it on really tight, it's got to be tight. And then what I want you to do, this one, you put your hands around it and give it the hardest possible squeeze you can manage, and hold that squeeze for as long as you can. Okay, off you go. So this is what I hope you managed to do. And remember what I said, you have to squeeze really hard on this one and hold it. So watch carefully, I'm going to squeeze really hard and slowly. We've got to keep the squeeze there though. It's sinking down. And then when you let go, they come up again. So, how can you make orange peel sink just by squeezing it on the bottle? By the way, remember, you saw me squeeze really hard. Now, it could be, of course, that you're not quite as strong as me, if you're a child, for example. Then maybe find a grown-up to help. Or if you're a grown-up doing this and you couldn't do it, maybe ask another grown-up to help you. And if you've got a nice big bottle like this, you can hold it in different places and all squeeze together, but you will be able to do it. How does it work? Well, we've made a rather peculiar version of a gadget that was first made nearly 400 years ago by a very famous scientist and mathematician and general genius called René Descartes. Now, we now call it Descartes' diver or a Cartesian diver. It's more commonly known as a Cartesian diver. When you squeeze this bottle, of course you're trying to squash the liquid, you're trying to put pressure into it, which is what you are actually doing. But it's very difficult to squash a liquid into a smaller volume, a smaller space, particularly with the forces in your hands. And that's because all the atoms and molecules that the water's made of, all the particles, are already very close together. And they grip each other, but they're very close together. It's very difficult to squeeze them even closer. So when you squeeze this bottle, the water can't go anywhere, but what it does do is squash the orange peel. Now inside that orange peel, particularly on the layer on the inside, which some people call the pith layer, that layer especially is full of tiny, tiny little bubbles in there, okay? So that's why that's floating. Orange peel itself, is the substance of the peel would sink if it didn't have all those tiny little bubbles trapped inside the pithy part of the skin. So that's what's keeping that floating. So when I squeeze the bottle, remember, we can't squash liquid into a smaller space, but those little bubbles, of course, are full of gas. And gases are very easy to squash into a smaller space. Your lungs are doing it now. So when I squeeze that bottle, all the tiny weeny bubbles, all trapped all over the place, get squashed a bit. Now you might think, well, just a minute, they're inside the orange peel, so how can the water get them? But remember, orange peel itself is bendy, it's flexible and soft. So the water squashes the orange peel itself, which squashes any bubbles that are trapped inside. So all the bubbles get squashed into a smaller space, and smaller bubbles aren't so good at keeping this floating. So the smaller bubbles, when you give it a really strong squeeze, the smaller bubbles now just are not big enough to keep this peel floating, and it sinks. When you remove the pressure, those little tiny bubbles, hundreds and hundreds of them, all get back to their normal size again, and so each piece of orange peel becomes more buoyant and floats back up to the surface again. So what other things could you try to see what's going to happen? Well, we could of course try different size pieces of orange peel, couldn't we? I already talked about this right at the start, but all these pieces were a similar size. How about using really tiny pieces and put lots of tiny pieces in, or some really big chunks, push them in. You have to bend them a bit, I think, won't you? Unless you make long strip shapes. Push them in, bend them in, and then see if they still work. What about using the peel from other types of oranges, like satsumas and mandarins and things? Because I think you can see, even from my pieces here, they are different, aren't they? And this peel is much thinner than this peel. So will it still work? I think straight away you're probably thinking, I wonder how many bubbles you could trap in that thinner pith compared to the thicker stuff. So that's another variable. What about the peel from other fruit, such as lemon peel? That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? What about lime? What about melons? And I'm sure you can think of lots of other fruit. Banana skin, that's another one you could try, isn't it? And I'm sure you can think of other things. So how about having a fruity experience to find out what actually happens?